Hello everyone, it's Dale here. In this video I'll show you how to use cumulative delta to spot price reversals before the price even starts to turn. I'll show you on a couple of real trade examples, and by the end of the video you'll know exactly how to implement this into your own trading strategy, no matter what that trading strategy actually is. Right? So let's get to it.
In my opinion, the best way to use the cumulative delta is to look for divergence. What you want to see is compare the cumulative delta chart, which is this one, with price action chart, which is this one. You can place both charts in one trading window, so that means this, for example, in this place, this is how the price was developing. This is the corresponding delta. It's always right below it, all right? So the two charts correspond. Now, what I recommend doing is using 1 minute chart. So this is 1 minute price chart right here. And below it, 1 minute cumulative delta chart. All right, 1 minute in here. So it's really detailed, and this way you can spot the divergences really nicely. Now, divergence appears when the price is going one way, like in here, the price was going downwards, and cumulative delta is moving either sideways or upwards, right? So this is divergence because price is going downwards, delta is going upwards. And this is very important information the market is giving you. In this example, what it is telling you is that price was dropping, but at the same time, buyers were more aggressive than sellers. But still the price was dropping, which is quite unusual, isn't it? So you look for those unusual cases when delta is telling you something different than price action chart. And most of the times, delta and price action chart all move in the same direction. But there'll be cases where they don't move in the same direction. And this is where you should be expecting the price to turn or something to happen. Like in here, what the price tends to do is it tends to follow delta. So in here, delta was rising, price was dropping. So it was telling us that even though the price was dropping, buyers were more aggressive. And as you can see later on, the price started to rise. But the delta was telling us first, way before the price started to turn, delta started to rise. And that's why I'm saying that delta is so useful, because it's able to tell us in advance what is going to happen. Now here is another example of a divergence. In this case, the price was rising, but in the same area, at the same time, delta, I mean the cumulative delta, was dropping. This was telling us that even though the price was rising, sellers were more aggressive and they were selling. In the end, you can see that price started to follow delta, turned and went downwards. But the delta gave us this information in advance. So that's how you can use the divergence with price and delta. Now let me go over to my charts and show you on a couple of examples. So here is example number one. What you're looking at is Euro futures, 5 minute chart, and my favorite way how to find strong support and resistance zones is using volume profile. Now in this video I'm not going to talk too much about volume profile setup, but I'll focus on the divergence of cumulative delta and price. In this case, volume profile is showing us two strong supports based on this significant volume zone and this significant volume zone. This is the first support. This is the second support. Now, after you found those supports, you need the price to return back to those supports to test them. Now, let's say that the price is heading towards the first support and you are not sure whether to enter a long trade or no. So you look at the cumulative delta chart and you try to spot a divergence there. So let me open up that cumulative delta chart, and this is it. This is the place of the first support. This is 1 minute chart, 1 minute price chart, and this is cumulative delta. Now, let me do it like this. At the time, the price is heading towards the level. This is what you see. This is what the price is doing on 1 minute chart, dropping towards that potential support. And at the same time, you want to look at delta, cumulative delta. If you look at this area and compare it to the same area on delta, let me zoom it in a bit, then you can see that there is clear divergence. Even though the price is dropping, delta is rising. This is a divergence. This is telling you that even though the price is dropping, there are more aggressive buyers. And this is the confirmation that you want to get. So when the price finally hits this support, you go long from there because cumulative delta confirmed that a reaction is most likely going to happen there. All right? This is it. That's the reaction. Almost 20 pips. Coming to the second zone, coming to the second support, which is in here. That's the support number 2. The price is heading towards that level. Delta is also dropping. So no confirmation yet. If I move the chart a bit, then as you can see, the price is rotating at the level, and at this time you are also watching the cumulative delta, which at the same time is showing you that buyers, aggressive buyers, are in control. They are buying like crazy here. The price action chart doesn't show you that, but cumulative delta does. So what you do is you go long from here because you just got the confirmation. And finally, as you can see, the buyers started to drive the price up first, and there was a nice reaction to that second support. But if you didn't have delta here, you wouldn't be able to tell that buyers were very active. All right, so that's the first example I wanted to show you on the Euro futures.
Hey guys, I hope you are enjoying the video. If you want to get your hands on my Cumulative Delta or Oriflow software, then you can get it along with my Oriflow trading course on my website. It is at traderdale.com, and if you click trading course and tools in here, it will bring you to this page. You scroll down a bit, and in here you can get the Oriflow pack, which includes the Oriflow education. That's my exact strategy from A to Z, including Oriflow software, Cumulative Delta software, and volume profile software. All right, so let's get back to the video.
Another example is on the Australian dollar futures. So again, we are looking at 5-minute chart. And as I was saying, using volume profile strategies is not mandatory here. You can use other strategies to find your support and resistance zones. What a lot of people do is they look at the daily highs and daily lows for potential support or resistance zones. So let's check out the Australian dollar, the futures on the Australian dollar. We are looking at 5-minute chart here, and right here, this was Friday, and on Friday, this was the high of the day. Let me print a line there, the high. Yeah, I know, you can see that there was a nice reaction to that high. But when you are trading and the price is approaching quickly that significant high, significant resistance, or I should say potential resistance, you're not sure whether the price is going to react there or no. But when the price is close to that resistance, to that level, to that high, you want to open the cumulative delta chart and see what's going on there. You want to see a divergence, which would tell you that sellers are aggressive and they're likely to push the price downwards. So let me load up the cumulative delta chart, and this is what you see. Again, you're looking at a 1 minute chart. This is the price chart. This is the cumulative delta chart. The resistance, the potential resistance, is in here, and here is the price rising towards that resistance. At the same time, cumulative delta is not really on the rise, it's going sideways. So there's a divergence. Afterwards, delta is starting to drop. This is where the delta is dropping. So this is a very nice signal, this divergence on delta, that sellers are aggressive here, and most likely those sellers are going to push the price downwards, right? Eventually they did, because price tends to follow delta. And as you can see, delta started to tell us that way before the price started to drop. Now, let me give you one more example, and that example is going to be on the ES, which is futures for Standard & Poor's 500 index. So, in here, there is a 1 minute chart here, 1 minute price chart. Below that, 1 minute cumulative delta chart. And imagine this scenario. Price was going downwards in here and bounced and created this strong swing low. Now, imagine you are thinking about trading from that potential support. You don't know if this is going to work as a support or no, but potentially this looks like a strong level because the price bounced off that, so maybe you are thinking trading long when the price hits that level again. So, what you do is at that place where the price hits the level again, the support, you look at delta. You look here. And you want to see some confirmation. In this case, you would like to see rising delta, because that would tell you that strong and aggressive buyers are jumping in, reacting to that support. But in this case, there's absolutely no sign of buyers. Delta is dropping. This is telling you that you should not trade this support. It's a no-go. If the delta started to rise, it would be a confirmation, and it would be a divergence because the price was dropping. If the delta was rising here, it would be nice divergence and a signal to go long. But price is dropping, delta dropping. This is telling you that sellers are in control and you shouldn't go long. So in this case, it is a warning signal. So that's how you can tell what's going on, who is more aggressive, buyers or sellers. Now, what instruments to trade with the cumulative delta? I know you guys may be thinking if you can trade forex with it. Unfortunately, forex is decentralized and it doesn't provide bid and ask data. So unfortunately, you can't use cumulative delta for forex, but you can use it for all futures markets because futures are centralized and they provide bid and ask data. So you can use it for all kinds of futures. Could be currency futures, could be indexes, crypto futures, gold, oil, anything you can find. But unfortunately for forex, this doesn't work because forex simply doesn't provide you with bid and ask data, which are crucial for cumulative delta.